And that movie was one that you enjoyed, and that's called Monster Force Settle. Look at that. There's a fucking T-Rex on there, and look, there's Asian chick, and there's whatever. Um, yeah. So this is another one from our good friends over at Wild Eye, and this is well. First of all, it does have a couple of blurbs on here, Tom. One says, energetic and fan friendly. Will entertain and take audiences on a unique and fun ride. Uh,
I agree. I agree with both.
this is uh this is a story of a guy that has his comic. You know, he did a comic. He's at a Comic Con,
What's
Tom.
this comic called, Joe?
Uh, MFG, MFZ, Monster Force Zero, MF0. Then, yeah, MSG, something like that. But in order to promote it, he's dressed as one of the characters, and then he's got what they call booth bitches, Tom, and they're dressed as characters. The purpose of a booth bitch is to get nerds to stop at your table, and then they'll hopefully buy something. Nope, they don't. Because these are nerds and they don't have money, jobs, shit like that. They're Comic Con people. They spend all their money on tickets to the Comic Con. Well, they're not selling shit, Tom. And there's a group of bully cosplayers that come and they're making fun of him and shit. And his booth bitches are getting all tough because one of them, she's just a tough booth bitch, Tom. And the other one's just like a cute little Asian with a high voice. Why you're the all talking? And it's like, um,
The other one's one of those PBR drinking hoes.
yeah, yeah. Uh, well, these mean cosplayers, Tom, they challenge our comic book protagonists to a cosplay face-off or cosplay battle, a secret one that's being held on like the top floor of the convention or something. They accept the challenge, Tom.
Damn.
Yeah, and well, they need somebody to join them, and it's like, well, they get up there, they need one more, and there's a mysterious group there, Tom, that's judging the battle, and then there's what's his name, old Pat Tanaka. He's there too because he's a mysterious janitor with a bunch of wit.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah,
For anyone under the age of 47, who in the motherfuck is Pat Tanaka?
he was a wrestler, kind of, that I forgot all about until I saw him in this movie, and I said, "Who is that guy? I know who that is." Was he? What movie was? Oh, yeah, he was in wrestling for like 5 minutes once every 3 years or so.
Let me ask you a question, Joe.
Hmm?
You think you might be confusing Pat Tanaka with Pat Tatanka?
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I don't know.
It's all right.
He was unmemorable back then, and he's unmemorable in this. But
Is it unmemorable or immemorable?
both immorable. Uh, so it turns out, Tom, that like there's another like guy dressed as a Yeti there, and they say, well, he'll be on your team. And this guy, man, is his costume great, Tom? It's like then they comment on that. He's playing the role up. He never talks, He just makes
So
little hand gestures like like that because
I don't remember, but because I watched this hit motion picture too many moons ago. But is he I thought he was actually like a Yeti and not a guy cosplaying.
I don't
Is
want to ruin
oh
this.
come my bad. Spoiler alert.
Right, yeah, that no. Wink. um So yeah, they start doing the cosplay battles, and it turns out, Tom, that this is just no ordinary cosplay battle, whatever the fuck that is. But whoever wins it is gonna get real superpowers because the judges are aliens that are trying to fight off another group of aliens. I
It's
think,
the fucking Kree Skull War all over again.
yeah. But maybe the aliens that are given the powers are really the bad guys. I don't know, but they get the powers. The Yeti fights the Sasquatch. They all fight a dinosaur. And yeah, and it was very hard to focus on this movie because it was just not interesting. But
But you do conventions. You do conventions a lot. This didn't hit you in the scrum.
well, I don't do Comic Con conventions, but I would say that if you do, if you're a comic convention person, whatever, and that's your life, cosplay is life. If you're a furry or whatever, you might get a kick out of this movie. This might speak to you. It is not. It's not. The acting is not great, but it's not horrible. I've seen a whole lot worse in independent horror movies. Uh, it's shot okay. The somewhat special effects are they look a little better than some of the CGI shit you've seen before. So somebody on this knew what they were doing. They had a vision. And I think if it's one of these things that plays at night, when they're just playing movies for the Comic Con people, that it would do very well. Now, for anybody else, a regular person, you're going to have a tough time with this one, motherfucker. It is not interesting at all. Uh, yeah, old Pat Tatanka Tanaka, he's dumb, you know. But hey, he's
What do you
working.
mean in the movie or for doing this?
I've never met the guy, so I don't know. He got paid a little, whatever. And it got me thinking. Of guys like, when they get fucking Kane Hodder or somebody like that. To do a little piece in a movie, and these guys have been on big budget shit before, so they know what a real movie's like, and they get to these like little sets that these people are doing in just somebody's house, and they bring out a camera that's supposed to be used for photography, and they're filming with that. It's like they thought, man, what the fuck? What kind of a whore am I?
That's kind of what the business is and shit. And I mean, it's that's what they do. That's just, so they don't I don't want to say like a real job and shit, but I mean like conventions and stuff too. That's what, they were in these movies. So oh, yeah, I can go to fucking Fred's backyard and jump on the trampoline for $200 for 3 hours or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it's some weird shit. Like this other blurb says, aliens and dinosaurs and furries. Oh my! An unabashedly ludicrous superhero film.
Um, I remember it being commendable.
It's got.
Like,
It's not like I said. There's some talent behind it. You know, the acting isn't as awful as you would think. Uh,
it's just a very niche crowd. I wouldn't say, hey, if you like comic book conventions, I remember it being like, hey, if you're one of these people who just like going to the conventions, like you just like being part of conventions, I like the convention lifestyle,
right.
whatever the fuck.
Like they'll go to every convention that comes to their town, and I know a lot of people like that, and I think they would dig this movie.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that's like, oh, I'm attacking you because it's like what the fuck you
No,
like. I'm just saying that's a certain type of people, and that would be who this would appeal to.
right. And I'm not attacking this movie. Like I said, it's got, it's not incompetent. but it's not for me. They they made it for a specific audience that's not me, and I think it would play really well to that specific, very, very specific audience.
And I want to give him props again because I specifically remember like this robot announcer or fucking game show host type guy. I
Yeah.
thought that was done pretty well, all things considered.
So then that's another guy. That guy was on one of the Star Treks, like Deep Nine or something, or one of one of those. So he was another guy that like, hey, he's acting a little better than everybody else in this movie. Well, yeah, because he's actually acted.
Oh, you mean like the voice?
No, they had him on there. Like he was he did like some whole synopsis about the war that they're going to fight or something, why they got these powers and shit.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong. This was like a robot. I forget if it was CG or if it was actual robot. It was like, whoa, 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 hey, 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 like something like that.
No, I don't think so. But then again, I've already forgotten a lot about this movie.
Hey, it's been a while and I've been drinking.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to DWNProductions.net and FastCustomShirts.com.